Hey there, have you ever stopped to think about what really makes a city tick? Today we're going to pull back the curtain, taking a journey from the busiest street corners to the top floors of office towers. We're going to meet the people whose daily work is the absolute lifeblood of any city.
All right, let's just dive right in. Look at this picture. It's buzzing with life, right? You've got vendors, buses, people rushing to work, to school. It's this constant motion. We're about to go on a journey to meet the folks who make all of this happen, day in and day out.
So who are all these people, really? Are they their own bosses? Do they work for someone else? How do they manage to build a life and a living in this huge, complicated urban puzzle? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dig into.
And we're talking about a massive scale here. To really get a handle on it, we're going to zoom way in and follow the stories of four completely different people. Their experiences are going to give us a real ground-level view of this complex economic world.
So our journey starts right here, out on the street. It's the part of the city's economy that we all see every day. And for a whole lot of people, it's also the toughest place to make a living.
First up, we're meeting Bachu. He's a cycle rickshaw puller who moved to the city from his village in Bihar. He came here for one reason, to find consistent work so he could support his family back home. His story is one shared by millions.
And this is straight from him, in his own words. You know, this is such a powerful and common story for so many people who migrate to cities. They're driven by this fundamental need for a steady income that they just can't find where they're from.
So, let's break down what his life actually looks like. Yeah, he's self-employed, he's his own boss, but look at those numbers. After he pays for food and a place to sleep, there's barely anything left over. And this is the kicker. If he gets sick, that's it. No work, no money. There's just no safety net at all.
And you gotta understand, Bachu is not an exception. This number, it's just staggering. 1 crore. That's 10 million people working as street vendors and laborers in cities across India. 10 million.
So what does this all boil down to? For millions, their entire livelihood is built on a foundation of instability. They have to organize everything themselves, their shops are often just temporary setups, and they're living with this constant threat that at any moment they could be told to just pack up and go.
All right, so from the open street, let's head indoors, into the world of markets and factories. A bit more structured, maybe, but as we're about to see, not always more secure.
And right away, we meet a totally different kind of entrepreneur. This is Harpreet and Vandana. They own a permanent showroom, a proper shop. It's a world away from Bachu's rickshaw on the streets.
And you can really hear their business smarts in this quote from Vandana, who's a dress designer. They're not just selling clothes. They're paying attention to what people want. They've adapted, focusing on ready-made stuff and making their store look good to draw people in.
So their story, it really shows you the other side of the coin, right? Because they have a licensed, permanent shop, they have security, they're not just workers, they're employers. And that success is tangible, which has led to them buying a car, booking a flat, a totally different world.
Okay, but now let's shift gears again. What you're looking at here is called a labor choke. Basically, it's a spot where daily wage laborers wait every single morning just hoping to get picked for a day's work. And this is where we meet our next person, Nirmala. And Nirmala's story, wow, it just lays bare a really tough reality. Even though she works in a factory, her job is completely insecure. She works these incredibly long days, but she's a casual worker. That means when business is slow, for 3 or 4 months a year, she has zero work. Absolutely no security, no protection.
And this image here, it just says it all, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the labor chalk, the world of daily uncertainty. And on the other, you have those office towers, a symbol of stability and permanence. It's like 2 separate universes existing side by side in the exact same city.
All right, for our last stop, we're heading inside one of those glass towers to see a whole different way of working.
So here we meet Sudha, and she is at the complete other end of the spectrum from, say, Bachu or Nirmala. She isn't a casual worker or a street vendor. She's a salaried professional with a permanent job, a real career.
The difference is just night and day, isn't it? She gets a regular salary every month. She has serious responsibilities managing a team of 50 people. And most importantly, she has stability. She can plan for the future. This is a world away from that day-to-day hustle and uncertainty.
And this is where that difference becomes really concrete. These are just perks, they're life-changing benefits. We're talking savings for when she gets older, paid holidays, medical care for her whole family, and the ability to get sick without losing her income. It's a safety net.
and it's one that millions of workers simply do not have.
Okay, so let's take a step back. We've met 4 different people: a rickshaw puller, a couple of business owners, a casual factory worker, and a marketing manager. Their lives seem worlds apart. But are they? How do they all fit together to make the city run?
This chart just lays it all out side by side. It's so clear. Just look across the rows, the workplace, the pay, the security, or lack of it, and the benefits. It's a perfect snapshot of the deep economic divides that exist inside just one city.
So what's the big takeaway here? Well, even though these 4 people might never actually meet, their work is all tied together. They depend on each other. Sudo might buy a dress from Harpreet and Vandana's showroom. Harpreet might take a ride in Bachu's rickshaw to get to the market. The company Nirmala sews for needs that casual labor to keep costs down. It's this huge interconnected system, and the city needs every single one of them to keep moving.
And that really just leaves us with one final thought. Next time you're out and about in your city, just take a second. Look around. Think about the person driving the bus, the owner of the small shop, the construction worker, the office manager. Think about this huge, invisible web of people whose work, seen and unseen, is what truly makes your city come alive.